Shakes of the hands all round. Plenty of officials to grapple with the difficult decisions and plenty of grappling to go on now on the tatami as Margarita Ochoa of the Philippines takes on Yasmin Al-Khatib of Jordan. Al-Khatib just 19, but did take a bronze at the last Asian Championships, and straight away now we go down into the groundwork, and this is where the points can be earned. Trying to do some spirited defence here, Ochoa, and looking to get the leg tied up. Ochoa just wrapping the legs around Al-Khatib to defend against the mount position. She's looking for the arm here, Ochoa. Competitors can use the gi, the jiu-jitsu uniform. Can't wrap their feet around the belt or tuck it under the collars, but they can try and use the sleeve just to gain more advantage. So no score at the moment, and positional battle going on as expected. Just got to defend here quite carefully against that armbar. Now this is an opportunity for some control. Looking to try and get a couple of points out of this. And just one advantage point given to Ochoa. That's the small one just to the top right of the main scoreboard. Looks as though a second has gone the way of Ochoa as well. So the advantage points are given when a competitor gets themselves into a point scoring position but cannot fully convert it. Big roar from Al-Khatib's coach. She went for the takedown. It looks as though an advantage point might go the way of Al-Khatib, which it has done. So once again, those advantage points used in the event of a tie break. It's now 2 apiece on advantages. If you don't have the full 3 seconds of control, you still can get the benefit of the advantage. And it looks as though Al-Khatib has been judged to be... Oh no, we've now got 3 and 3 on the board. I don't think the referee and the table officials are entirely in accord. We'll just wait and see what the result of this conference is. We've got numbers flying around all over the place on that scoreboard. Not sure if this is Jiu-Jitsu or Sudoku at the moment. The referee just steps back for a moment and lets the tatami side officials have their say. We'll have a look back at some of the action so far between Margarita Ochoa and Yasmin Al-Khatib. Philippines taking on Jordan in this contest in the women's minus 49 kilogram weight class. It's the first round of competition. Long and short of all of that is it's one apiece on advantages. So there we go. Got there in the end. And once more, just going for that arm. Sometimes in jiu-jitsu, the seemingly defending competitor, the one on the ground, can actually be the attacking one. Out of bounds they go. It should be an advantage score to Ochoa. It is indeed. So Ochoa with just over a minute to go, leading the way. Teenager has shown that she can grapple with Ochoa, but hasn't managed to get any significant point-scoring positions. Oh, down they go. Real difficulty here if you're Al-Khatib is trying to get back up to standing. You're essentially lifting twice your body weight, trying to bring up a competitor with you. Well, it's not been a high-scoring affair, but at the moment it's Meggy Ochoa from the Philippines who's leading the way. Last opportunity, only 5 seconds. The Jordanian coaches call out. Time expires. And it looks as though Yasmin Al-Khatib's time has expired. Referee indicating that it is Meggy Ochoa from the Philippines, the 28-year-old, by virtue of having one more advantage point, one more position of near control in a cagey battle, takes the victory over Al-Khatib and moves through to the next round of the competition. Not necessarily all over for Al-Khatib because there is a repechage system. We'll talk more about the repechage in due course. But for now, Margarita or Meggy Ochoa from the Philippines, the victor. Confirmation that Margarita Ochoa of Philippines has won that contest on the advantage system. And we will continue the action in the women's minus 49 kilogram weight class, or the under 49 kilogram weight class. It's the first round. If you're just joining the action here at the Jakarta Convention Centre Assembly Hall, we're focusing our attentions on Tatami 1, Mat 1. And I think the fans will also be focusing their attention on Tatami 1 as we look at Cornelia Tobing from Indonesia. An experienced practitioner, 33. Zong Si Tam Min of Vietnam, a 26-year-old who did compete at the Asian Games 8 years ago in Guangzhou. So it is Indonesia taking on Vietnam. Indonesia red belt, Vietnam the blue. going to go down early on. It's a big attacking effort there from Tobing. Just gunning for that arm. Now looking to get into a controlled position, the Vietnamese competitor. Tobing's coach is saying just get the left foot round. I think already it will be an advantage for Zong. It is indeed. She's got a position of partial control here, just needs to channel it into a full score. And here Tobing just trying to keep the legs tied up to avoid Zong getting into mount position. It's all going the way of Zong Thi Tam Min. She's got another advantage point. Those advantage points, for those of you new to Jiu-Jitsu Newaza, are used in the event of no full scores on the board. And those can come in the form of 2, 3 or 4 points. It's okay to use the attire for purchase. The problem is here for Tobing, just enormous amounts of effort going into defending the position. It's going to wear her out. Trying to get a big lift in here. Just trying to get back to her feet, but it's not working. They've been trying to keep a grip on Zong. Could come at a cost here. Work round and change the guard position. And there is the big score for the Vietnamese competitor. Working for those positions of control and finally got the 3 seconds of control that she needed. It's a long way back now in the last minute and a half for Cornelia Tobing. Looking to try and find that arm of Zong, but it isn't happening. All that Zong Thi Tam Min needs to do is just to avoid getting herself caught up in these last few seconds. Doesn't want to leave a stray arm out there. Gets himself free and back they go, and straight away Tobing takes it back down, trying to get something out of this last 30 seconds, looking realistically only for the submission now. Trying to get almost a sort of triangle choke. But she will not get it. Thi Tam Min just happy to hold on now, because that will be the job comfortably done by the Vietnamese competitor. 26-year-old. Had success at the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games in Ashgabat last year, picking up the bronze in this category. And her journey will continue. Competitors have to be properly attired for the referee's decision. And there's our confirmation that Zong Ti-Tian Min has made her way into the last 8 of the women's competition in the under 49 kilogram weight class. Onto the men's under 56 kilogram weight class and the round of 16 as Mohammed Al-Mashahedi of Iraq, the 26-year-old, will be fighting red, taking on an Uzbekistan competitor 3 years younger, Akmal Amirov. Both were part of the jiu-jitsu program at the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games in Ashgabat. It was in September of last year now then. How does Mashahedi handle this? If you're just tuning into the action, the points in Jiu-Jitsu Newaza can only be scored on the ground. This is distinct from the striking form. He's looking for some control here. To get 3 seconds of control. Amirov. And he has been given that 3 seconds of control and got the 2 points. Referee just calmly pacing to get the best view, but a very unobtrusive influence in the contest. Last thing you want as a martial artist is the referee charging around and to be glimpsing them out of the corner of your eye when you're in the middle of trying to attempt a technique. And going for the ankle lock here. This is a nice idea. Shahedi. They will surely get something from it, and it will be a couple of points. Or will it? Just an advantage point. Meanwhile, Amirov, just the single point on the board. Out they go. Sure that the referee feels the correct score has actually gone up on the board. Yes, that makes more sense. Thought that Amirov had been given a couple of points. Seemed to lose one of those. There we go. Order restored. So, what we know at this stage of the bout, halfway point, is that Akhmal Amirov is the only competitor who's managed to get a full 3 seconds of control. But Al-Mashahedi has got a single advantage point, as indeed has Akhmal Amirov. He's increasing that advantage now to a 4. Get 2 points in jiu-jitsu for takedowns, for sweeps, and for getting the knee on the opponent's stomach. All of those have got to be maintained though, that's the key. He restarts the action from the central position. This is a good opportunity for Amirov to get some full control. Mashahedi's got to defend very, very sturdily. He might be in trouble here, the Iraqi. Going for that knee to get the extra couple of points. 3 seconds needed to control it. He's working hard for that extra couple, is Akhmal Amirov. It looks as though just for the time being Mashahedi's done enough to defend away from it, but change of plan, change of attack, and that has been successful for Akhmal Amirov. Another advantage point. Mashahedi just trying to get something. He's got 30 seconds in which to do it. Otherwise, the best he can hope for is the repechage. The repechage system used for those competitors who lose to somebody who goes all the way through to the final. They still have a chance to grapple for a bronze. No doubt here, Akhmal Amirov will just hold on for the last couple of seconds. And it is the competitor from Uzbekistan in the blue belt who heads through. Might have just got another couple at the end. Yes, indeed he has. So that just puts the exclamation point on the win for Akhmal Amirov. Win for Akhmal Amirov. The 23-year-old goes through to the next stage of the competition, into the last 8. Courtesy of victory over Mohammad Al-Mashahedi of Iraq. And here's how he did it. The under 56 kilogram weight class action continues in the men's jiu-jitsu Newaza at Jakarta Palembang 2018. Suajat Kuntong of Thailand, 17-year-old, really exciting young competitor. Mehran Sattar of Iran, 5 years older. And Sattar has been a world silver medalist. A very interesting challenge this for Mehran Sattar, taking on the teenager from Thailand. Proven himself to be a dangerous force, having taken a silver in the Asian Championships a bronze in this particular category as well. And it's an early couple of points here for Suwijat Kuntong. That's really impressive. Oh, very, very tough start this for Sattar. Finds himself trailing, and the advantage point as well is registered. He's looking for the armbar here. Kuntong's done well to defend against that. And it's now going to force Sattar to really attack. This is really good stuff from the teenager. Here comes Sattar though, looking for position. And he's a man who loves the strategy of jiu-jitsu, Mehran Sattar. He has a degree in electronic engineering. He's fascinated by the computations and permutations in this sport, but he is not going to be fascinated by the scoreboard at the moment, because it is all the teenager Suwijat Kuntong. Total control. Absolutely superb display. Sometimes described Newaza as physical chess, because there's so much trying to read your opponent going on, so much trying to work out where the weaknesses are, what kind of attack they might throw in at you. Oh, this is brilliant control from behind, and that's going to be a big, big score for Kuntong if he can hold this. The back mount position. Doesn't look like Sattar's going anywhere. The full 4 points for back mount. And he might be going here to try and get the tap out. Sattar's in real trouble. Sattar's in real trouble. He might have to tap. He might well have to tap here. Referee might have to intercede as well and say enough's enough. That's it, we're done. We are done. I think Mehran Sattar's out. Goodness me, what a display from Suwijat Kuntong. He's 17 years old. And he's just choked out a World Championship silver medalist. And we do hope that Mehran Sattar is fine. His eyes are just responding a little bit more now. He'll get appropriate medical checks just to make sure. Like, there was just a momentary loss of consciousness for Mehran Sattar. The referee acted really well, came straight in, stopped that. It's good officiating. What a display. Suwijat Kuntong, the 17-year-old from Thailand, advances to the next stage of the competition in the men's 56-kilogram weight class. And he does it in some style. Now this will look back at the remarkable display from the teenager from Thailand, Suwijat Kuntong, defeating Mehran Sattar by virtue of a submission, a referee stoppage really. Didn't have the opportunity to tap. Did Sattar. And we go to the heaviest weight class that we're looking at today on this first day of competition in Jiu-Jitsu. The Newaza event at the 2018 Asian Games. Jiu-Jitsu making its debut in this huge multi-sport event. It spans the vast continent of Asia. Julius Saputera of the host nation, the 34-year-old, versus Ratcharat Yimprai of Thailand, the 27-year-old. Been an Asian champion. Yimprai would be the favourite, you would think, on paper, but host nations sometimes do a very good job of defying that. It's the longest amount of time we've seen standing actually so far in any of the contests. That's because you can't get any points for it. It's a good takedown defence from Saputera. Not anymore, down he goes. Will be a single point of advantage for Yimprai. Little one on the top right. All that means, if you're watching Jiu-Jitsu for the first time, is that he's had a position of control but not managed the full 3 seconds, and so consequently the referee does give some credit for the fact that he was in a point scoring situation. That's what's known as advantage, and it particularly comes into play in the event of a tie-break situation. Ultimate goal in Newaza is to win by the medium of submission. Points will do, though. Points will do. And Yimprai is looking for some here. This is tough for Saputera. He looks very still, but if you look at his face, you can see the amount of physical exertion that's going into avoiding conceding here. That's the really deceptive thing about a lot of ground-based martial arts, the grappling forms. Inactivity means a huge amount of activity. It's counterbalancing forces. Now they're enjoying that. Saputera's managed to get a 2-point score. He's got the reward for all of that defence, getting the control over Yimprai. I don't think that the competitor in blue really quite saw that coming. Just getting his own feet locked together, just to trap that left leg of Saputera, prevent him from trying to move around and change the guard position. Looking around, trying to find a way out, Yimprai. Got to watch out, Saputera, that he doesn't go all out for more scores and leave himself open to being caught. And the weight that he's trying to control of Yimprai here. Again, enormous amounts of exerted energy. Might have done enough. He might have done enough, the 34-year-old. Just 20 seconds for Yacharat Yimprai. Roar of the home fans, they're quite short. I think Yimprai just threw his head back there as if to say, I know I can't get out of this. I think I'm done. Oh, he's trying. He's really trying to get the arm. He's trying desperately, and he cannot. Julius Saputera gets a really good victory for the Indonesian team. Just the 2 points in it, that's all. Enough to give Julius Saputera the win. And enough to restrict his opponent to a repechage. And that's his best hope. It all depends on how far Saputera goes in the next stage of the contest. And those competitors who go all the way through to the final, well, the path they leave in their wake, the trail of destruction, those competitors get another chance in their own mini-tournament in the repechage, and that's what Yacharat Yimprai has got to hope for, because Julius Saputera has advanced. Taleb Al-Harashe from Jordan. And Faraj Nasser of Kuwait. So we're in the first round, the round of 16 of the men's under 69 kilogram weight class in Jiu-Jitsu Newaza at the Jakarta Palembang Asian Games of 2018. The winner of this goes through to the last 8 of the competition. And there are 2 tatami set up side by side. We're following the action on tatami 1. A lot of the competitors involved on tatami 2, they'll make their way across to tatami 1 if they get to the latter stages of their respective competitions, and likewise the tatami 1 competitors will go across to tatami 2. It's from tatami to tatamiu, one to the other. No score in the first minute or so of the contest between these two. No real evident control. Well, here it might come. Here it really might come. There have been a couple of advantage points given to Al-Harashe. He's looking to get bigger points on the board. Problem is that right leg is not extremely well positioned as he looks for mount. I'll just try to keep an arm around that. So he can get something of his own here. Nasser, not quite. The grip around the right ankle and down they go. A couple of points have gone the way of both of the competitors. Nasser was judged to have managed to create a scoring position. Al-Harashe drawing things level, and by virtue of those 2 advantage points, he remains in the lead. Used as a tie-breaking differential. Faraj Nasser has moved 2 points to the good. Managed to get that 3 seconds. Well, suddenly, Faraj Nasser looks like he might turn this around. The martial artist from Kuwait. I think that's going to be good for a score for Al-Haranche. Those legs really nicely positioned. And he's really looking to get that control, get Nasser down onto his back. Might well do so. He's trying to get the knee onto the midsection. It isn't quite happening. He's going to watch for this in the last couple of seconds. He's so nearly there. He's so nearly there. It brings the contest to a conclusion. Khaleb Al-Haranche has the 4 points, as does Faraj Nasser, but by virtue of the 2 advantage situations, it is the Jordanian who advances to the next round of the competition. The referee's just awaiting clarification. This is correct. No discussion going on. Just wonder if the judges have seen something else at the end here. They're indicating a couple of extra blue points. Some mathematical conversations. The referee trying to make sure that his instructions are clearly communicated. Those red and blue wristbands do rather help. Well, it is as we expected it to be. Khaleb Al-Haranche of Jordan defeating Faraj Nasser. A nice moment between the competitors. Display of respect from the 27-year-old Jordanian. And he moves through to the next round of the competition here in Jakarta. We keep with the first round of the men's under. Who advances by virtue of the tap out, by virtue of the submission. Montour Badbileg is defeated. Just waiting confirmation there. Certainly seems to have been given to Kazakov. The graphics saying otherwise. He's got the ankle totally compromised there. Yeah, no doubt Montour had to tap out. So it is indeed Nate Kazakov who moves through to the next round of the competition. Kumajan Muminov of Uzbekistan, the 27-year-old, competing in the under 69 kilogram weight class in men's nearwaza against Maitam Sabah of Bahrain, just a year younger. Muminov of Uzbekistan in the blue, Sabah of Bahrain, rather in the red. Muminov and Sabah of Bahrain in the blue. Early opportunity here for Muminov. He's got a really good front face lock position. Just trying to squirm his head out, Sabah, which he's managed to do. Nonetheless, 2 points scored, plus the advantage for Muminov. Could have been worse, though. Could have got him in a choke position. He's looking to get the tap out here. And this is a real struggle for Sabah. It is absolutely all Kumajan Muminov. Goes to 5 now. And that for the passing of the guard, the switch around of control position, gets the full 3 for it, and he might just keep doing that. He's going to probably have to chalk something else up soon. There's some assistance from officials on the side. He's thinking about it. Just the advantage. Might have been more for Muminov, but Sabah did enough defensively. Problem is the points are just going to keep accumulating. He's wearing himself out with this defence. Trying to get a submission in there, but no, never really looked convincing, and more control for Muminov. For all the competitors who are victorious, it's quite simple, straight through to the next round. For those who lose, they hope for a repechage and a chance to take a bronze medal at the Asian Games. There's been no opportunity really for Maitam Sabah in this bout. It just hasn't had any meaningful attacking purchase. Referee just having a quick check of the watch. I suspect that Sabah's coaches are doing much the same. Wondering how much longer he's got to endure this. Well, it is a full minute, I'm afraid. Time is very fast expiring for Maitam Sabah. Approaching the last 20 seconds, he's not really got much meaningful hope of rescuing this unless he manages to get an entirely unexpected submission right at the end. He's managed to get two though. That's good work. Will it be a case of too little, too late? That was two given for 3 penalties against Muminov, so he rather made his own life difficult at the end. As Muminov penalised on 3 occasions, that's where the advantage for Saba came from and where the 2 points came from. May well have just been a passivity decision there against Muminov as he was trying just to hold on, but hold on he has done. Victorious 5 points to 2. Gomejon Muminov goes on to the next round. Representing Kyrgyzstan, Zhakchilik Uranov, fighting red. Aslan Setarov of Turkmenistan, in the blue. And referees have those wristbands that do help them communicate to the judges and also communicate to the fighters which direction the score's going. Any advantage points. Any penalties? Satarov from Turkmenistan was involved in the home games, the Ashgabat Games, Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games that took place last year. Didn't manage to get to a medal situation, didn't get to a medal bout. Oh, that's really good from Uranov. Surely be a contender to get the 3 points here. Maybe, just maybe, Setarov has wrestled out of the back control position. Would have been 4 points actually for back control. In fact, Aslan Setarov has managed a couple of his own and it ends up just being a single advantage point for Uranov from Kyrgyzstan. It seemed to be indicated. In fact, it's actually gone to Setarov. Now it's gone again. The fun and the vagaries of the computerised scoring. In fact, we're back to 0-0. So you could be watching this contest in fast forward or rewind and it would still be the same. I think we have now confirmation, I say with trepidation in my voice, that it's just an advantage situation. Both seem to have been given the advantage, or have they? Uranov's got it now. Well, there's as much grappling with the scoreboard as between the two competitors at the moment. Zhakchilik Uranov looking for the choke. Now he goes for that back control. Can he hold it for the full 3 seconds? This is looking pretty compelling. He just wants to be sure that he's got control here. Just a really difficult one for Sadarov to get out of, which he's managed to do. Ends up being just another advantage point to Uranov. So 3 advantage points to Zakhchilik Uranov. And those are used in the event that there are no bigger scores, no full scores. No scores given for 3+ seconds of control. They've both been given a penalty for passivity. Unsurprising. Passivity is judged after 20 seconds by the official. This could be a really bad situation for Sadarov. He's got that pinioned. Uranov is twisting around the ankle. If he can just fully extend, it might be that Sadarov has got to tap. It looks as though the 25-year-old from Turkmenistan is defending this really resolutely. Very, very impressive defence from Sadarov. He has conceded a couple of points along with another advantage point for his trouble, but he could well have had to tap. He's kept the contest alive for the last 10+ seconds. But it will make an enormous difference. Just couldn't quite do enough. Arslan Sadarov. Zakhchilik Uranov had control for the vast majority of that bout, and it's reflected in the final scores. The winner, Zakhchilik Uranov of Kyrgyzstan, advances to the last 8 of the under 69 kilogram weight class in men's newaza. More round of 16 action in the Jiu-Jitsu Newaza men's weight classes. Sticking with the under 69 kilogram weight class as we are, and looking at Madi Wakili of Afghanistan, who's just 22. Abdul Malik Al-Murdi of Saudi Arabia, who's a few years older. Is he a few years wiser? We shall find out. Referee instructs the competitors to begin grappling, and grapple they shall, because this is Newaza, which means grappling or ground technique. And as for Jiu and Jutsu, Jiu-Jitsu is when it's put together, sometimes anglicised to Jiu-Jitsu more than Jiu-Jitsu, but let's not split hairs, because that's the end of that contest already. Oh! Very quick tap out with the armbar. Victory for Abdul Malik Al Murdi of Saudi Arabia. Gets it by tap out. That was a real blink and you'll miss it moment. She's got the arm beautifully positioned, no choice there. Wakili having to tap. Maggie Ochoa of Philippines. Sironol Dipsuda of Thailand. We're in the women's under 49 kilogram weight class. Jiu-jitsu action at the Jakarta Convention Centre Assembly Hall. Into the 8th finals now. Tough defensive position for Ochoa. Will get herself caught. Just looking to get first points registered with the knee across the midsection. Not sure that she fully had that. Would have carried a couple of points if she managed to get it for 3 seconds. Nearly again. Ochoa just really scrabbling around. She's conceded only the advantage point, which could be useful later on. Two minutes gone, just one 5-minute period in Jiu-Jitsu. It's often a 6-minute contest, but 5 minutes the agreed time for the bouts here in Jakarta, Palembang 2018. The first time the sport has featured at the Asian Games, but for some of the competitors they'll be more used to a 6-minute contest. They'll have to make some slight tactical adjustments. The amount of time they will allow themselves to spend just getting a feel for the opponent That's what so much of Newaza is all about. Ochoa having to give up position here. We're about to see the first points concretely registered. We are. She's done very, very well, Meggie Ochoa, to get a 2-point score from a position of not having full control. Now Dipudza is trying her bit. Just look back to the early moments of the bout when Ochoa defended so well and just gave up an advantage point rather than a full 2 points when Dipudza so nearly had the knee right down on the stomach. Well, that could be pivotal in the direction of this contest. She's a very fine competitor, Ochoa. An intelligent fighter. Took the gold in the Newaza under 45 kilogram weight class at Ashgabat 2017. Love so much to follow that up with Asian Games gold. Here comes the knee once more of Dipudza. Now into the last 40 seconds of this contest. Meggie Ochoa, she's going here, Dipudza, for that 2-point score. She's got to be close to getting it. It's super defense from Ochoa. Referee has a look. Nothing doing at the moment. Last 10 seconds. Having sturdy defence is so key in jiu-jitsu. It looks as though Meggie Ochoa has illustrated that rather perfectly. Siromol Dipudza looks across at the scoreboard and sees a 0 improbably next to her name. Big gasp of breath, the 28-year-old. That's a super win against a young competitor with enormous ability. She was tested, Meggie Ochoa. That old adage of just keep on keeping on, hang in there, defend, restrict the scoring opportunities for your opponent and look for the chance, and that is what Margarita Ochoa did. Dong Thi Tan Minh of Vietnam. 26, has plenty of experience advantage over her opponent. Sayara Avesmatova of Turkmenistan, who's still a teenager. But Avesmatova is really one to watch. World Junior Champion in this weight category this year in Abu Dhabi. Dong Thi Tan Minh has got the experience of many Asian championships and Asian Games, the Southeast Asian Games. She has taken medals at the SEA Games and the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games, both bronze medals. So which way does it go? The experience on the big stage, or the young talent and world junior champion? We shall find out. Well, it means jiu-jitsu, gentle or soft or yielding. The first bit, the ju, and the jiu-jitsu, art or technique. In essence, the idea of manipulating an opponent's force against them rather than confronting it with your own force. And that involves trying to read your opponent's force, trying to work it out, trying to work out where the gaps are, where the bias is. Penalty given against Avesmatova. First penalty just registered as a warning. A chance for control now for Zongti Tanmin. Defend hard, Avesmatova. Just if you're keeping an eye on the penalty situation on the scoreboard, I think Avesmatova was erroneously credited with a second penalty. That, if it were the case, would be an advantage to Zong. It's now back down just to the single, but here might well come the advantage for Zong. There it is. Advantage when you nearly have the 3 seconds of control. When you have a point scoring situation, can't go further. So the tie-break situation with a minute and a half to go is favouring Zongti Tanmin. The last 45 seconds, no scores so far. Just the single advantage point to Zongti Tanmin. The more experienced competitor has got the edge over the 18-year-old world junior champion. And now she has the 3 seconds of control. And she has the 3 points. That could well do for Avesmatova. And it's going to be enough for Zongti Tanmin. Last couple of seconds. And there she is. The Vietnamese martial artist defeating Soraya Avesmatova. Just looks across and awaits confirmation on the scoreboard. Disappointed Avesmatova gets back to her feet. And there it is, Zongti Tan Min of Vietnam making her way through to the quarterfinals. That the key moment. She was quick as a cat in that attack. Moldir Mekembayeva of Kazakhstan, 21-year-old Mrs. Munkerel Bayamar from Mongolia, 6 years older. And we're in the women's under 49 kilogram weight class, the 8th final. All the competition played out over a single day, with the medals matches to follow in a later session in the evening. Young competitor, the athlete from Kazakhstan, and she's trailing here by 2 points to Mungerel. They're both very experienced, despite Mekembayeva being 6 years younger. They've both competed extensively internationally. Mungerel, who has the advantage at the moment, took a bronze at the World Championships. That was a few years ago in Tunisia. Started very strongly here against the silver medalist from the World Championships last year in Colombia. And she's looking to get that arm, looking to get the choke. It will be a turnaround here for Mekembayeva if she can get this. It's just a single grip of defence for Mungerel, and she'll have it locked in. Extraordinary defensive efforts from the Mongolian. She's trying to defend and guard against the submission. But she's in trouble. Just trying to get as much force Mekembayeva as she possibly can. Now an enormous battle for Mungerel to get out of this position. It's a really good comeback attempt from Mekembayeva. Still, this attempt from Mekembayeva goes on. Incredible defense from Mungerel Bayarma. How long can she keep going? She's nearly there, and she's made it out. Oh, that is, or has she? Or has she? Ends up just being the single advantage point for Mekembayeva. All that work, and that's all she gets. She's Got a plan of attack here, though. Just glanced across at the clock to see how long she had left. Mungerel will not yield. Now going for the armbar. Again, Mekembaeva looks across to see how much time have I got to turn this around. She ends up with just another advantage point to her name, but because of the incredible defence from Mungerel, she's not been able to get a single score registered. Meanwhile, just how much has she taken out of herself trying to get this attack? Mungerel has been penalised for passivity, I believe. But she might well have done enough. The last 10 seconds. Does Moldira Mekembaeva have any last opportunity to get the score that she needs? Oh, she's agonised. She cannot believe that that didn't happen. She couldn't have worked much harder to get those scores on the board. A calm breath out from Mungerel Bayama, as if she says to herself, yeah, I could just keep doing that all day. Well, she might well have to. She will be bitterly disappointed, Moldira Mekembaeva, to have been defeated. Victory for Mungerel Bayama, and on she goes to the next stage of the competition. We'll look back at these scenes of immense frustration for her opponent. Mekembaeva so nearly had it. Akmal Amirov of Uzbekistan and Suijat Kuntong of Thailand. The referee calls the fighters to order. Akmal Amirov of Uzbekistan, the 23-year-old, the red belt, and the impressive 17-year-old Suijat Kuntong of Thailand in the blue, who got a magnificent submission victory in the first round of the competition. He's looking like a real prospect, this teenager.
The winner of that medal is from Kazakhstan. Next
Single advantage point registered so far for Akmal Amirov. He'll find himself compromised now by Kuntong. And it is Amirov who gets the full 2 points. So already a bit of a journey back for the young man. Gets worse and worse. He's got that full 4-point score for the mount. Goes to 9 now, Amirov. 4 points, the single highest score that you can be given in jiu-jitsu. All of these points of control he's maintained for 3 seconds. If you're just joining the action, you're watching the newaza discipline of jiu-jitsu. That should be something for Kuntong. Just 2. Might get 4 here. He might well get 4 here. Indeed he does. So, suddenly we're alive. 9-6. What a great comeback effort from Suwijat Kuntong, trailing 9-0. He's got back to within 3 points with the last couple of minutes to go. And if it's the first time that you have watched jiu-jitsu, then the points are awarded to the value of 2, 3 and 4, and 2 of them have disappeared from Kuntong's score. I think it's been downgraded for whatever reason. May well be that the first 2 points he was given have been chalked down as an advantage, so he still has that 4 points for the back control. I think those first 2, the officials off the tatami have said no, it wasn't full control, so just the advantage. And once more, having to defend. And has he seen off the scare here, Akmal Amirov? He's increasing his advantage points up to 4 of those, all immaterial as long as he stays 9-4 to the good. The problem now for Kuntong is that he's got to get... Oh, hang on, he's going for the submission here, trying to extend. In fact, it's gone the other way. He just left himself open, got caught on the back mount, and that's 4 points to Amirov. Well, understand Kuntong's decision. He had to go for something big, went for the submission, knowing that 1 score would not be enough to draw the contest level. The best he could have hoped for was to get back to 9-8. Instead, he ends up going 13-4 down. So taught a bit of a lesson here, the teenager. And it is a lesson that has been won by Akmal Amirov of Uzbekistan. And just for a moment, it looked as though the comeback was on the cards. But Suwijat Kuntong not able to get past the more experienced competitor. Just have to wait for the competitors to be properly attired before the formalities can be completed. And it wasn't a formality for Akmal Amirov. He had a bit of a contest with Kuntong. But right at the end, as he was defending the submission attempt, he turned it into an attacking position. Ariet Bekashov Hamad Nawad to do battle in the men's 56 kilogram weight class. And it's the Jiu-Jitsu Neowaza competition at Jakarta, Palembang 2018. Last moments for Bekeshov to discuss things with his coaching staff. Hamad Nawad of the United Arab Emirates turns 18 tomorrow. Wonder how he'll be feeling after a day of competition. Let's find out. Let's see if Ariad Bekeshikov's feeling sentimental. Let's see if Hamad Nawad can come away with a rather nice birthday present. 1 5-minute period, that's all in Jiu-Jitsu, and straight away the competitors go down to the ground. This is the Neowaza form rather than the striking form of the sport. I think you can probably tell that right now. This one of the forms of Jiu-Jitsu that's emerged over the years. BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, sometimes called that. It's developed by the legendary Gracie family after they were taught judo by Mitsuyo Maeda. And other forms have stemmed from the original Jiu-Jitsu, such as the likes of Aikido, Sambo, arguably judo itself. Single advantage score to Ariad Bekeshov. You should get another Bekeshov. So 2 advantages. Interesting, Bekeshov. He likes to play this sort of tactical game when he competes. And it's probably no great surprise. His other great passion in life is chess. He would probably argue that this is essentially chess. It's just a little bit more physical with your opponent. It's all about not making tactical concessions. It's all about reading the contest several moves ahead. He has picked up a passivity violation, Bekeshov. That's why the referee's having a close look at the timer, just to see that Bekeshov remains aggressive, remains attacking. He doesn't just look to hold out on these advantage points. Nawad's coach is saying, you've got to keep moving, you've got to keep moving. You've got just 2 minutes. And he has responded, he is moving. So unfortunately, so is Bekeshov. It's quite close, you feel here, Bekeshov, to getting something. Just the advantage. They're all counting. "90 seconds for Hamad Nawad to get something on the scoreboard." Big cheers from the UAE coaches as Nawad manages to get the 3-point score. I think it might just be 2. Yes, it is. Like a little bit of over-exuberance on the scorer's part. This is a brilliant turnaround right at the end from the teenager. Bekashov having controlled much of the contest. Got to get that belt off his mouth because it's rather problematic, and he's also got to get a scoring position from Nawad. Danger here that you can get the belt caught up around the foot, you can trip over it, stand on it. This might just be going the way of the young competitor from the United Arab Emirates. It is indeed. He's very disappointed with that, Bekashov. Beaten by an opponent 7 years younger. 17-year-old Hamad Nawad getting the victory and advancing to the quarterfinals of the men's under 56 kilogram weight class here in Jakarta. Jian D of Philippines. Ozitoktok Erdenbata of Mongolia. Jiu-Jitsu near-waza action in the men's 56 kilogram weight class, the minus 56.
sekund kal, 10 sekund. 10 sekund kal, 10 sekund. 30 sekund. 25 sekund. 25 sekund kaldı. 15 sekund. 10 sekund kaldı. İçin işletme. 2, 1. Malloci. Dostan Malloci. Давай.
The winner of Tatami is Dostan Gruzia from Uzbekistan. Next match on Tatami in red belt, Thong Sok Dao representing Vietnam. In blue belt, Khalid Al-Blusi representing United Arab Emirates.
In these last 15 seconds. Will he do enough just to hold on? Looks like he's going to do that. Nervy, cagey, you'd expect that. A lot's at stake. It's the Asian Games, and it is Ultitoktok Erdenbatar of Mongolia by a single advantage point who takes the contest. He wasn't far away, Jian Di, not far away at all. The best he can now hope for is the repechage, because Ultitoktok moves through to the next round of the competition. Big roar for Ananda Iksan of Indonesia, fighting in the red. Calmness for Guandik Konisov of Kazakhstan, fighting in the blue. He'll have to block out all of this considerable noise. Five minutes in the men's minus 56 kilogram weight class. Jiu-Jitsu at Jakarta Palembang 2018. Winner advances to the quarterfinals of the competition. Difficult one this for a home athlete, because the fans will will him to attack. They'll will him to make a move and make a charge. And the danger in that position is that you make a charge when there isn't one there and you get caught. A little bit of a lesson. He got away with that. Ananda Iksan. Konosov not far away from getting that armbar. The whole armbar evolving from the idea of getting a weapon from somebody. Now become a staple of Newaza, of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, of many other forms of grappling. Many of you out there will no doubt have watched MMA, mixed martial arts, and seen the armbar. He's still quite determined in going for that single leg lace and under Iksan. Now the bout just settling. Unusual amount of time spent in the standing position here. And we've got a passivity call against both competitors as a result. It looked as though it was a call against both. Just waiting to see. That has now come up on the scoreboard. Two young athletes. Iksan the older at 22. Konosov 3 years younger. Maybe, just maybe, Iksan, case of once bitten, twice shy after he attacked very hard early on and nearly got caught with the armbar by Konosov. Someone's got to make a commitment, haven't they? Don't be fooled, this extreme stillness is not still from their perspective, it's kinetic. Their feeling is one side stronger or weaker than the other. How's my opponent's stance? They've both been given a second passivity penalty, which means they've both got an advantage point. Not exactly easy to separate these two. All the attacking happened in the first few seconds. Someone needs to make their move. The referee might be close to giving passivity again. Or will he give it to both, or will he feel that one has been that little bit more attacking and will be spared? Here's the opportunity. And there it was, gone again. Absolutely deadlocked, these two, not willing to give any positional advantage up. The legs will be tired now, fiercely tired. Now they've both been penalised 2 points for yet more passivity. What does that tell us? Utterly, utterly inconclusive. The reaction from the crowd is absolutely enormous. They know who their favourite is. A very, very cagey battle indeed. It had early attacking commitment from Ananda Iksan. Konosov nearly caught him right at the start, and then for the rest of the contest, they just really jostled for position. And there is the confirmation, referee's decision. It is Kwandig Konisov marginally, who takes this on the separation criteria and advances to the next round. Indonesia's Julius Saputera taking on Khaleb Al-Harashe of Jordan. This is the under 69 kilogram weight class in Jiu-Jitsu Newaza at Jakarta Palembang 2018. Away we go. Indonesia in the red, Jordan in the blue. A place in the quarterfinals is at stake. And we'll be taking you through all of this action throughout this session of competition on Tatami 1 in the Jakarta Convention Centre Assembly Hall. And then later on in the afternoon, early evening session, I shall take great pleasure in bringing you the medals matches in 3 weight classes, the women's under 49 and the men's under 56 and under 69. It's the under 69 that you are looking at the moment, and the home favourite, Julius Saputera, who trails by a couple of points to Al-Harashe. No striking allowed in Newaza. Those of you very strong in Japanese will know that Newaza means grappling or ground technique. And it is a very popular form of combat training. Very alive now in so many different forms. There's a version of it that the Tokyo Metropolitan Police are famed for still training in. It's called Keisatsu Jutsu, or police art. Hasn't been an obvious way out of defence for Julius Saputera. Passivity call might come against the Jordanian. It has done. The referee was checking that watch very, very carefully. 20 seconds of inactivity. That will lead to a passivity violation. First one's just a warning. Second one, you give an advantage point to your opponent. Third one, you give 2 points to your opponent. Fourth one, that's the end. Sometimes passivity calls just spur the other competitor into action. Certainly done that with Al-Harashe. It's increased with that 3-point score for changing the guard. Just moving from one advantage position cleanly through to another gets you 3 points. You can string points together in Jiu-Jitsu. Can be awarded in a block. He's going for the knee on the midsection to get an extra couple. Might be an advantage. Yes, it is. Didn't have it for the 3 seconds, but had it for a good second and a half. Well, what's the way back now for Julius Zapatero? You tell me. Just cannot get off his back. And it's not as though he's cleanly lying there as well. He's putting all of his physical energy into trying to get back onto his feet, and it just isn't happening. Just trying to change the position. Best he can do at the moment is just to keep that right leg of Al-Haranche locked away. It's not going to score him anything. Coach knows that. Yeah, shake of the head. It's another two. It's another two. There's the stringing together of sequences of points. And this looking absolutely super from Khaleb Al-Haranche. They're counting it down, counting it down. And out for the count is Julius Zapatero. It's a perfect 10 from Khaleb Al-Haranche, the 27-year-old Jordanian. Really impressive. There's such a wonderful culture of respect in the martial arts, evident there. Al-Haranche rushing across to make sure he shook hands with Zapatero, who then responded with thank you. Khaleb Al-Haranche of Jordan moves to the quarterfinals in the men's under 69 kilogram weight class. Nate Kazakov of Kazakhstan will take on Komichon Muminov of Uzbekistan. Eighth final action in the men's under 69 kilogram weight class in Jiu-Jitsu Newaza. Referee's job is to make the initial decision on the award of the points, but if they need some guidance, some conversation, it's there to be had with the officials at the table, and there are also a couple of judges looking on as well. Discussion has already begun, even before the start of the contest. Referee calls the fighters to action, and we begin. Kazakhstan occupying red, Muminov blue. And the competition area, the rather modern interpretation of the tatami. Traditionally a rice straw area, now more commonly made with wooden boards and then covered with woven straw outside of the world of jiu-jitsu. If you've spent any time in Japan, you'll recognise the distinctive look and the lovely aroma of tatami. That woven straw, the igusa. They don't use that for jiu-jitsu competition anymore. A more synthetic option that's proving popular, and proving popular at the moment is the technique of Nate Kazakov, who gets an advantage point. And gets another. He's fascinated by tactics, Kazakov. He loves to read sporting books across all manner of disciplines. He's really interested in how people get themselves into winning positions and convert the opportunity. Loves to study interdisciplinary sporting tactics and then see if he can apply it to his own work on the tatami. Still just the 2 advantage points in it. Sometimes as the bouts escalate towards the latter stages, you get, as expected, competitors who are closer together, and occasionally that can mean that they are more fiercely tactical. Hard defence on here for Kazakov. 7-year-old Muminov looking for the position. First time that we've had Jiu-Jitsu Newaza at the Asian Games. These are experienced competitors. Muminov actually started as a judoka. He's represented his country in judo. You get that from time to time. These athletes compete across the martial arts, have certain specialisms. It is Kazakov who's the specialist of the scoreboard at the moment. 2 to the good. It's a very hoarse coach, screaming instructions with a voice that's barely holding out. And here's Komijon Muminov managing to hold out. Just 30 seconds, that's all. Glances across at the scoreboard. Komijon Muminov wondering, has he got time to do this? Has he got time to get the control? This the opportunity. One fears that time is not on his side, and then it's Kazakov just imploringly looking across, and this will be a very long 5 seconds for him if he can hold on. And he does. Nate Kazakov. The end could not come quickly enough. Offers a hand to Komijon Muminov. That was a tough old battle. The 24-year-old, the younger man, getting the benefit of the scoreboard. Just 1 2-point score, that's all. Referee says, smarten yourself up. Komijon Muminov rather gingerly and with disappointment etched across his face does so. He's really unhappy about it because it was so close. Ultimately, Nate Kazakov the victor. Shakshilik Uranov of Kyrgyzstan, Abdullah Munez of Yemen, here is Uranov, the 24-year-old competitor, just 19. Abdullah Munez, really new to the competitive scene, senior level. First big competition. And this the 8th final. So all these competitors looking to get to the quarterfinal stage, and then if you win the quarterfinal, well, it is a guaranteed medal bout, and this is really looking difficult for Munez. He's trying to get his way out of a submission situation. He's got to work hard, and then he's been caught as a result in the back mount, and he might get caught in the choke as well. He's certainly going to concede something, just a question of what, but it looks as though Uranov's got him here. Yeah, he had to tap. No question. I mean, that was over from the moment it started. There's never a point there that Shakshilik Uranov didn't look in total control. It's only so much you can do to defend against a submission hold. Then you just concede further ones, and he's such a quick thinker, Uranov. It wasn't the initial submission he went for. Just rethought, re-strategized, and comfortably progresses. Barely broken a sweat there.
The next match on Tatami 1.
Wonderfully smartly dressed officials with their very clear red and blue wristbands that illuminate the decisions for all and sundry. And if you're watching Jiu-Jitsu for the first time, just keep an eye on the referee, because they will indicate with those red or blue arms which direction the points are going. And also make a sweeping gesture with a flat palm for an advantage.
เป็นนักกีฬาของไทยที่ลงทำการแข่งขันอยู่นะครับเจอกับนักกีฬาของสิงคโปร์เล่นกันยกเดียวนะครับ5 นาทีคำสั่งโค้ชชัดมากนะครับชัดสุดๆเลยครับ
ถูกเลยครับต้องแบบนี้เลยนะครับเรียกว่าแทบจะให้โค้ชบรรยายแทนเราเลยนะครับนี่บอกให้ไปทางหัวอีกนะครับบอกใช่เลยครับใช่เลยครับตอนนี้นี่สภาพนักกีฬาจากสิงคโปร์ดูแล้วถ้าจะแย่แล้วเลยครับบอกคว่ำแล้วครับ
ใช่ความแล้วเค้กตอนนี้คะแนนยังไม่ขึ้นนะครับ
ครับบรรพตเลิศไทยสงฆ์นะครับนี่ครับก็สู้กับทางจัวมิ่งไหลครับ
ยืนพัดอีกเล็กแรกเหมือนเดิมถูกเอาขาออกเอาขาออกเอาแขนที่เขาจะรัดโซ่
ดูนะคำสั่งโค้ชนี่ชัดสุดๆนะครับว่าให้เราทำอะไรเป็นอย่างต่อไปนะครับ
อันนี้เป็นการแข่งขัน ในประเภทเนวาซ่าชายรุ่นน้ำหนักไม่เกิน 69 กิโลกรัมนะครับเป็นการแข่งขันในรอบ 8 แล้วนะครับ
ไทยเราอยู่ในมุมแดงครับส่วนทางสิงคโปร์นี่อยู่ในมุมน้ำเงินนะครับ
พาสไปทางขวาขาข้ามไปก่อนเค้กขาขวาข้ามไปก่อน
บรรพตเลิศไทยสงฆ์นี่อายุ23 ปีนะครับส่วนทางจัวมิ่งไหลนะครับอายุ30 ปีนะครับ
ขาขวาข้ามไปก่อน
ผ่านครึ่งทางมาแล้วนะครับ
ใช่ขยับไป
คะแนนทั้ง2ฝั่งยังไม่ขยับนะฮะ
มีบอกเวลาด้วยนะครับบอกขยับไปครับเหลือ2 นาทีครับ
คือเขาก็พยายามหาทางกันไม่ให้เราล็อกนะครับ
คือเรียกว่าโค้ชเองก็เห็นทุกอย่างชัดเจนครับจากข้างเวทีนะครับ
ถูกแล้วเชื่ออย่างนั้นแหละ
คือแขนซ้ายเราหนักคว้าเขาได้แล้วแต่มือขวาเราอ่ะเขาเนี่ยยังรั้งไว้อยู่ไม่ให้เราได้ล็อกเข้าท่าซับมิชชั่น
นะครับ
เกตมีสไลด์แล้วขาขวาข้ามไปก่อน
คือดูแล้วใจของบรรพตก็อยากที่จะทำให้ได้ตามที่ตามโค้ชสั่งนะครับแต่ว่านักกีฬาจากสิงคโปร์ฝืนไว้เต็มที่ครับ
ขาขวาข้ามไปกระตุกมือขวาออกก่อนดิ
พูดแบบเห็นภาพเลยครับใช้ขาไหนเข้ากระตุกมือไหนออกนะครับนี่มีนับเวลาถอยหลังให้เราด้วยนะครับบอกเหลือ1 นาทีครับ
เขาเอาขาขวายั้งเราไว้อยู่นะครับไม่ยอมให้เราได้ล็อกเข้าท่าหลุดครับหลุดโอ้โหใช้ขากันไม่ให้เข้าเราก็ปัดเนี่ยจะล็อก
แต่ล็อกแต่นักกีฬาสิงคโปร์ไม่ยอมครับดิ้นสุดชีวิตครับ
โอ้เอาเลยครับได้ไหมจะได้ไหมแต่เขาจับขาเราได้ลุ้นเหนื่อยเลย10 วิสุดท้ายครับ
ไหวไหมครับ10 วิครับหมดเวลาครับ
วุดวิดเลยอะ
ครับ
แต่ผลออกมาเนี่ยเราเป็นฝ่ายชนะนะครับเฉือนชนะไปวุดวิดนะครับได้ไปต่อนะครับสำหรับบรรพตเลิศไทยสงฆ์
ครับแม้ว่าคะแนนบนสกอร์บอร์ดจะ0-0นะครับแต่ว่าเขาวัดกันว่าเราพยายามเป็นฝ่ายเข้าทำแล้วก็ออกอาวุธนะครับได้มากกว่า
คือเราเป็นฝ่ายที่กดใส่เขาได้มากกว่าด้วยนะครับ
ใช่ครับ
มันจะมีคะแนนเล็กๆขึ้นอยู่ในสกอร์บอร์ดเมื่อสักครู่นี้ครับจะทำให้เราเป็นฝ่ายเฉือนเอาชนะไปได้นะครับนี่ก็เป็นสัญญาณจาก JCC Assembly Hall นะครับในจาการ์ตาเป็นการแข่งขันยูจิตสุนะครับซึ่งเป็นอีกหนึ่งกีฬาชนิดใหม่ที่ถูกบรรจุเข้ามาในเอเชียนเกมส์ครั้งนี้นะครับซึ่งเราก็มีนักกีฬาที่ลงทำการแข่งขันแล้วก็มีลุ้นเหรียญรางวัลในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้ด้วยเช่นกันคู่ต่อไปนี่เป็นการพบกันระหว่างเจสซาข่านกับนาฮิตเปราดีนะครับกัมพูชากับอิหร่านนะครับ
เจสสิก้าข่านในรอบที่แล้วก็ เอาชนะสุวรรณบุญซ่อนของเรามาได้นะครับเพื่อชนะด้วยการซับมิชชั่นเลยครับต้องจับตาดูให้ดีนะครับส่วนทางนาฮิตพิราดีนี่ก็เอาชนะทางเตาเลอตูตรังของทางเวียดนามมาได้นะครับ2-0นะครับในรอบ8คนสุดท้ายของประเภทต่อสู้หญิงรุ่นน้ำหนักไม่เกิน49กิโลกรัมนะครับเจสเซอร์คานในปัจจุบันอายุ16ปีเท่านั้นเองนะครับส่วนนักยูยิสูจากอิหร่านเนี่ยนาฮิตพิราดีอายุ29ปีครับ
ตอนนี้นี่เป็นนักกีฬาจากกัมพูชาที่อยู่ทางด้านล่างนะครับคะแนนยังไม่ขึ้นนะครับผ่านมานาทีเศษเป็นนักกีฬาจากอิหร่านนะครับที่พยายามจะหาจังหวะล็อกใส่นักกีฬาจากกัมพูชานะครับเจสซักขันเดี๋ยวช่วงนี้เราพักชมสิ่งที่น่าสนใจกันก่อนสักครู่แล้วเดี๋ยวช่วงต่อไปเราจะไปติดตามชมการแข่งขันโบว์ลิ่งกันครับ
เชียร์ไทยติดจอลุ้นทองพันล้าน
สัปดาห์นี้พบกับเจ้าของบทเพลงกลับมาได้บอกบิวสงกรานต์กลับมาได้บอกหัวใจไอ้คิดฮอดเจ้าและความสนุกสนาน
The winner of Harajuku is Napoli from Philippines. The next man on Harajuku, men's Nevada, 56 years, in red belt. Representing Kazakhstan. In blue belt, Jamal Menado, representing Turkmenistan. The winner of Harajuku is February from Kazakhstan. The next man on Harajuku, in red belt, Dostok Gruzin, representing Uzbekistan. In blue belt, Khalid Al-Rusi, representing United Arab Emirates. The winner of Tatami 2 is from United Arab Emirates. The next match, Tatami 2. In red belt, Jalil Muhammad Hojam representing Turkmenistan. In blue belt, Barokat Ajibbai Ulu representing Kyrgyzstan. The winner of tournament 2 is Korakan Bakinbai Ulu from Kyrgyzstan. The next match on tournament 2 in red belt, Ali Ahmed Sabah Al-Abadala representing Iraq. In blue belt, Margot Alekaiso representing Thailand.
เ
The winner of Tatami 2 is Obiwa Ayami from United Arab Emirates. The next match it was a 56 category in red belt. From Maryland, representing Turkmenistan in blue belt. Also representing Uzbekistan.
The winner for the Tatami 1 is from United Arab Emirates. Next match on Tatami 1 for women's Newaza in 49 kg category in red belt, Margarita Ochoa from the Philippines, and in blue belt, Bayama from Mongolia.
The next match on tatami in red, Jalil Ahmed Ojolado representing Turkmenistan. In blue belt, Ali Ahmed Sabah Al-Ala representing Iran. Philippines
Match on Tata One. In Brazil, America from Uzbekistan, and
เ
Moroccan, give the blue from Kyrgyzstan.
กับเจ้าของบทเพลงกลับมาได้บอกบิวสงกรานต์กลับมาได้บอกหัวใจอ้ายคิดฮอดเจ้าและความสนุกสนานจากพวกเขาเฮ้ยพวกเธองานบุญอยู่ไซขอแต่ได้ยินเสียงฝนสีตกฟ้าผ่าเปียกเปียกเปียกเปียกเปียกมาเคยเกี่ยงจากเกลือเสาร์อาทิตย์6:20ทางช่องเวิร์กพอยต์
ลูกชายชื่อศักดิ์ลินจ้า
ไอ้ศัก
ศักดิ์ลิน
รีบหน่อยนะน้องที่สายแล้ว
ไม่มีคำว่าสายถ้าวันตายยังมาไม่ถึงถึงโค้งก็ต้องแซงเพราะความแรงคือตัวตน
มันใช่เวลาคิดคำคมใหม่อะ
ไม่ได้คิดแต่มันติดอยู่ใน DNA
กูไม่เอาแล้วเว้ย
ไม่มีคำว่าไม่ในพจนานุกรมของคนจริง
ไฟแมนสักกรินตูดหมึก
รถว้า